of the matchmakers. I think that's the guy, Adam Fugitt. Like
Fugitt. I've been calling him Adam Fugitt.
fuck it,
Fug.
fuck it.
Yeah, that's that's what we're gonna be saying after this one. I'm going with the Asian fellow again, Yusaku Kinoshita. He's basically undefeated in my opinion.
He's for
This
sure
guy.
undefeated.
What's that?
He's for sure undefeated. I
That's
was
true.
I was trying to look that match because it was like grabbing the fence
Yeah.
loss. I was like, what the fuck? And then maybe
Yeah.
looking the match, I'm like, there is no loss at all. Like he was basically jumping on the guy's head, just
Yeah.
holding the cage, and even I think they raised his hand, but later they changed. I don't know what happened. Like
Yeah, that's weird and like that's what I've noticed is a lot different in like Japanese organization when it comes to like breaking the rules. I think in the fight they're a bit more strict. Like they'll DQ you, and if they fuck up, they'll overturn it. But here in the States, like especially UFC, every rule you're allowed to break a couple times. You can poke them in the eyes, kick them in the nuts, you can grab the fence a few times, and they might say, "Hey, don't do that," but like you're gonna get away with it. I don't agree with it, but that's just how it is. And so, if that's his problem, I think he's gonna be fine in the UFC. He's probably gonna win this fight, and yeah, I think coming off the contender series, a lot of these fighters are gaining confidence coming and winning from that Dana White's contender series. We just saw Jamal Hill, I think it was last weekend, win his title, first contender series title winner. We got, Sean O'Malley. He's on his way to winning a title. Like these guys that are coming off there, I don't know who finds the talent, who finds the fighters. I doubt it's Dana White, but they're doing a bang up job finding some awesome fighters that are exciting and signing them into the UFC. This kid, I think, is one of them. So I think he's gonna, start off the card pretty exciting and get Adam Fuggett out of here.
fuck out of here. I I disagree. Like especially like on -320. I don't play with that shit.
Yeah,
So, and I saw something like in Adam really like even though like let's say he's like in mid 30s, but I really like his style. Like even the first match that he lost, I think he got it on the short notice from LFA to UFC, and he got really tough opponent like undefeated Michael Moraes, like, and he had a pretty good performance. Um, I think if he survives like a first round and manage to put his pace to keep him on the distance, especially he has that longer reach. Uh, if he managed to start using the kicks, the tips, he has really nice elbows, like even spinning elbows, like moving forward. He have like that jerky style, going in and out. If he managed like to stay away from the power of Kinoshita, I think he can do really good. And then clinching, taking him down, like getting him tired, like I see really good opportunity, and especially on plus 265. You know, I'm gonna go with the Fujit. Like interesting, like they're both southpaws. So that's also gonna be a factor. Who's gonna adapt better to that because they don't have a probably opportunity, not probably for sure, to fight a lot of southpaws. Like that's also like a question that we're gonna see on Saturday. Like who's gonna better adapt to that? But I think Adam has a style. Just like the question is like how he's gonna prepare, how he's gonna bounce off that loss, even though he had pretty good performance in my opinion. Uh, but I see him winning this fight probably like maybe even with the elbows. I really like how he utilize those elbows, especially from the spin. That's something that especially like aggressive guy like Kinoshita can like drive forward and get on one of those elbows. It can be end of the night.
Yeah, that's not a bad call, and I do think he did put a good performance on against Michael Morales. That's probably someone that we're going to be talking more of too. That guy's a beast, and the thing is, like, whether his style and his technique is good enough or not, he was finished 6 months ago only. So how can he bounce back from a finish like that against Kinoshita, who hasn't been finished, right? So I think it could be a very interesting fight. I think his style makes for a nice fight, but anytime someone comes back from a KO in that short amount of time, I'm kind of worried about their ability to take a hit. So, hopefully he's fully recovered. Would just be kind of cautious with that, like getting him back into a fight so soon.
Yeah, I agree with you. Yeah, that's something that I missed, to be honest. Yeah, that was like end of July, like so basically August, like not even like 6 months, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a big factor. Like I said, if he managed to stay away from the power, he has a pretty good chance to win it. Like again, like it's too bad, and we talk already about it. Like fighters getting back too soon. Like in boxing, if you go and see how much they have to take off after KO.
Mhm.
And here, unfortunately, guys are forced. I'm not saying they are forced, but like life forced them like to get back and make money. So they are not taking enough time to recover properly.
Yep, and that is what we've been saying in the past is like some, especially these lower ranked fighters who are just, fighting to keep food on the table. It makes sense, why they have to come back sooner than boxers, but I think we're going to talk in a couple months again about this with Stylebender coming back against Pereira. I think that's kind of soon, around that 6, 7 month mark. Same with Usman and Edwards. That's I believe that's more like 8 months, but still kind of fast considering how bad he was knocked out. But it's something we're seeing even for these champions or former champions coming back. Even they're gonna getting pushed to come back sooner.
Yeah, exactly. That's the good point. And then it's a question like how much also organization is pushing. I think especially now it's a 30 years old anniversary of UFC or whatever, and they want to really put a show, and they need their best. And then probably like they throw money at them. They are maybe short in their opportunity. If you don't take this fight, this is going. Like who knows what's going on behind. Like and that's a good point. Like you said, like Easy is a millionaire, Camaro is a millionaire. If they're coming back so early, like what can we talk about? Some guy that just like said fuck it, had opportunity to
Yeah.
UFC on the short notice, and now like maybe he did had a job while he was fighting in LFA, and now like he's doing this full time, and he had a too long camp. I was listening a little bit his interview. I was like really wondering because I really like his style, how he's moving, how he's using Muay Thai, especially now coming back from Thailand. I'm really like in love with that part of MMA. And then I was listening a little bit something, and he said something that he had a super long camp. I guess like this was also like the event was moved from the South Korea now to Vegas. I don't know what else was he moved from the card to card. I just know that he said that this is his longest the camp fight camp. So probably he's doing now full time. And that cost you need money. And that's why people accepting the fights. And like you said, if you see now champions push to fight earlier, what we can expect the guys that just entering UFC.